that much.
Well, the way a lot of the fighters are training now, if you look at this pad work, as we call it, there's never any commitment on the punches. The trainers are meeting the punches halfway, slapping them back, and the fighters are therefore not punching with full power. And that's what when they throw their punches in the ring a lot often, they don't punch with the full power. They just throw it halfway without full commitment.
That's where power comes from, pivoting the body, whether it's a golf swing, whether it's a baseball swing, the ability, the commitment to what you're doing.
Alexander landed a right hook. Bradley bashed him back into the ropes with a straight right hand. That standard physical equation by which a conventional fighter can hit the southpaw right up the middle with the right hand is working for Bradley now.
Yes, it is. And it's not a straight right hand, more of a clubbing right hand, but he gets right on top of you before he throws it.
This was a little better round, champ. You're okay. Now you're more a little technical. That's what I want. Okay, you can't just rush in there, opening up, champ. You gotta shoot that straight right to the chest. You're missing it because you're going too high. Okay, come on, set it up.
Hey, he's gonna get tired. He's getting a little tired.
Some grease, coach.
Okay, gotta go to that body. All right.
Okay.
Gotta
You
go right
have
to
to
that
get to the
body.
body, champ. From the beginning, of the round. Okay, and you have to keep. You gotta keep moving side to side. Okay, keep your fucking hands up.
Okay. Set that jab up.
Okay.
Okay, go to the body.
Gotta be smart. You gotta let go of those punches. He's just trying to tie you up.
Okay. Good job.
Okay.
All right. Let's go.
As long as you stay low, you're in good shape. Stay low and come up punching.
Stick behind your technique, baby.
Joel Diaz, Tim Bradley's trainer, is the older brother of Julio Diaz and Antonio Diaz, both of whom were more successful fighters in the ring than Joel. Joel's career was shortened by a detached retina, but he has become a very successful trainer with Bradley.
He has, and he has a fantastic fighter he's working with, too.
CompuBox numbers through 4 rounds show Alexander landing more punches.
Well, you know, Alexander is maybe landing the punches, but his punches are more like a flicker. His gloves don't seem to be as close and doesn't have as much of power as Bradley. Bradley has a lot more body weight and power on his shots.
No, Alexander's punches are more like the punches with which he dominated amateur fights.
Yes, but this is a professional fight now. 12 rounds, it makes a difference. But I tell you what, I'm looking in the eyes of both guys. I see two extremely determined young fighters.
I agree.
I mean, the determination is phenomenal.
And I think Alexander mentally looks way more into the fight now than was the case in the first couple of rounds. Perhaps the accidental butt and the cut over the eye have brought a new urgency to Alexander.
And I'm watching also Alexander is really focusing on shooting a straight left now, and he seemed to be fairly effective with it now.
And trying to turn that left over for power. Almost caught Bradley on the back of the head there with the right hand. Tim will duck from time to time.
Get the hand for a minute. Get the hand for a minute.
Okay, my break.
Does a fighter like Alexander, then you'll realize that he's been a little behind and he's got to step it up?
Yeah, it looks like it's just opposite what I thought it would be. I thought Bradley would be stepping it up at this stage, but it looks like it's the other way around. But that's what makes good fights. When you have good fighters who, once they feel that they may lose, they come back.
This is the first round in which the sheer ring generalship situation seems to be favoring Alexander. This is the first round in which Alexander looks more comfortable in determining where he wants to be and what he wants to do in the ring.
Well, this is why this fight was anticipated to be a good fight and have these type of ebb and flows because of the mental of the ability of the style of the fighters and the way they think.
But will we get combustion? Or is it just going to be one guy going at a time?
Okay. Step back. All the way back.
Good jab right on the eye by Bradley. Open up that cut a little bit more.
Let it go. Step back.
At some point between rounds here, we're going to show you an extraordinary sight. There are very few boxing promoters anywhere in the world who will hide from the spotlight. But Gary Shaw is a nervous Nelly. He can't watch Alexander up close at the ring. Excuse me, Bradley. He can't. Alexander's promoted by Don King, who, of course, is the opposite. Gary Shaw has to watch in the dressing room. And now, Timothy Bradley's pregnant wife, Monica, has joined him there. So you're looking at the wife and the promoter of Timothy Bradley watching the fight on a monitor in a dressing room because their nerves won't allow them to come to ringside.
Yeah. Usually cameras and microphones to promoters are like air to breathe for the rest of us.
Now here's how confusing CompuBox numbers can be. I told you I thought round 5 was the round in which Alexander looked most in command in the ring. Bradley landed more punches. 18 out of 42 by CompuBox count, 15 of 61 for Alexander. But of course, with many judges, it's more about the punches you throw than about the punches you land.
Step back, step back.
And it's the sort of fight, Jim, that can look different from different sides of the ring.
Definitely.
On which fighters are landing anything effective or not.
Okay, step back, step back, step back.
Good straight right hand up the pipe again by Bradley. Alexander seemed to have tightened that defense up in the last round.
Off his head. Stop. Off his head.
When some ringside experts were disappointed with Alexander's performance last August against Kotelnik, one reason was that by CompuBox count, he landed only 18% of his punches. That's a low number. Tonight, he's landing 18% of his jabs. Normally, in successful performances, his numbers would be slightly higher than that. But he's fighting a better fighter than has been the case with most previous opponents, that's for sure.
Well, they're both fighting the best fighter we think that they've ever faced. So we'll see what truth comes out of that.
This fight has turned out to be exactly what was anticipated. The fight is going back and forth. Every time one guy gets hit, he comes right back. No one has been able to establish a real comfortable lead in this fight so far. And I think it's going to stay like this most of the way all the way down the line because of the skill, the speed, and the mindset of the two fighters.
Step back.
Hard right hand by Bradley, best shot of the fight. Clean shot, visible to everybody in the audience, right on the chin.
But it didn't seem to hurt Alexander.
Nope.
I mean, it's a great shot, power shot, but he never staggered on his legs, you know, anything.
Well, we mentioned not a big puncher.
And I think both of them have pretty good chins, too.
The truth of the matter is, Marcos Maidana hits you with that shot, that's a whole different thing. You know, that's what makes Maidana what he is.
Well, he would hit you with 2 or 3 right after it.